We got both things dumping in there. All right, so here we are. I finally ordered a load of rock. Have a little time without the rain. We're gonna put the perforated pipe around the bottom there. But as you've seen, I just cut this culvert. So I have to be creative here to make me a distribution box right here. So I'm gonna use that culvert. I'm gonna dump both these drains. You'll see here in just a little bit. And then we're gonna kick that off through my ditch. And then hopefully finally get this yard cleaned up to where I could just mow it normally. You know, sometimes I jokingly say, I got to go back to my real job so that I can take a break. This is why. Thank the Lord I don't dig holes for a living. That's part of homesteading now. All right, we got the holes in there. Not pretty. Some of you might have said, well, I would have used a torch. Yeah, I don't have a torch. Not at this time, at least. I could have ran up the road to the neighbors, but then I weighed it and I thought, by the time I run up there and get back, I'd already have them cut. There's still a bunch in there. All right, I got my custom distribution box. Painted it with some of that basement paint because I had it. All right, guys, check it out. Distribution box. Got the perforated pipe around with the sock on it. The nice thing is when I built that slab, I put a little bit of slope out this way. Not a lot, but a little bit. And that way it worked out good where I lined that perforated pipe up with the bottom of the foundation, even a little low here. And of course, to dig it out for the third time. The bad thing about not just finishing something when you start, but you know, like we talk about a lot on this channel, it doesn't always work that way. Sometimes things have to wait, whether it's time, money, or both, or just whatever. So got that pipe set. As I bring the rock in, I will tweak it a little bit, and then I've got a cloth. But you see this yard? Yeah. I don't know who's responsible for mowing this thing, but they're slacking. But all kidding aside though, I cannot wait to get all this dirt pushed back over to where I can just mow this thing regular. Like right now, it is treacherous out here from boulders to everything. So that's where we are. Let's start bringing the rock over. All right, we're gaining on it. We got the rock around this far. But I still have to get over here. So here's what we're gonna do. I can't get around with the tractor. I got these trenches in. So I wanna finish all this and get this buried. And then I'll finish that last, because I have to dig out there by the fence where I hit the neighbor's yard. He said I can go ahead and poke out to the creek out there. So I'll have to do a bunch of digging from that fence on, and probably on down this ditch, clean it out some more. So I'm focusing right here. Here's our junction box that we built. We got both things dumping in there. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna throw some base rock on that. Keep that nice and level, or not level, but with the right fall that we want. I got about 1/4 inch a foot on everything, give or take. You just ride the line on a 4-foot level. You plumbers out there that's watching this, you guys already know, but generally on a 4-foot level, if you ride that one bubble on a drain line, or if you ride the line on the right side of it, then you're gonna have, it's gonna work just great. So anyhow, so we got our junction box set, distribution box. I'm gonna fill this in right now, a few scoops, and then that way I can drive the tractor across it. Because right here in front of the door, eventually I'm gonna put some nice, I don't know, we'll see. Everything always changes. I thought at some point I'd put some stairs in down to it, but I also might just slope it. Maybe cut that back a little bit and slope it, and then that way it walks in. But I'll have this all rock right here, so it'll all be a drain field. That perforated pipe will pick it up, carry it in there, and get rid of it. At the end of the day, it's a root cellar, so a little bit of moisture is all right. I just don't want it to be a foot of water. Go back to some of the old videos, or I say the old videos, the original build of this cellar, before I had this ditch dug off of it. I mean, when I first poured a slab, it ended up being a swimming pool afterwards. I mean, it is underground, so that's part of it. But we're working to get that. So right now, next step is getting a path across here so that we can finish this up. All right, see the ramp that we put in, it worked. That's locked in. Now Once again, another hole I had to fill in. So we just have this side to do here. This whole front, I'm gonna fill in, leave rock. I'll rake it out, make it nice and smooth, add to it as I need, and it's exciting. You have to be creative. I got a small space, a small tractor, hillsides and holes. Wouldn't be no fun if there wasn't a little danger involved, though. We'll pick it up a little further along. All right, you need at least 18 inches for a French drain. We've got at least that, if not a lot more in some places, but it's back-breaking work, and I'm here by myself. So if I use a little more rock, I guess I use a little more rock. But next step is the fabric. I'm gonna lay fabric down over all this stuff, and then finally, literally a year and a half later from starting the first scoop of dirt out of this hole, I'll be filling this thing back in. Praise the Lord. Stick around. All right, fabric's down. We finally get to bury this thing, at least on the 3 sides. I'm gonna work this out here a little bit more. What a big day here on Pace Acre. Super exciting. The first scoop of this big dirt pile that's been here for way too long.
I'm shaking it so it looks like.
All right, we got that side. Left it a little proud because we know it's gonna settle. Exciting. All right, guys, just gonna wrap this up for this video. I appreciate you guys watching as always. There'll be a lot more to come on this, but we're just out of time. Back to the real world, back to the job. But check out the progress. As you've seen, we got this baby buried. And what's really cool today here in Arkansas, like in a lot of the country, it is hot today. So, but now that this is buried, we walk inside and it's nice and cool. Go back to the full video. I'll link it right here on the end screen to see the full build on the cellar itself. It's an early on video here on Pace Acre when I first started making these YouTube videos. But that's such a huge deal for us here with the small stuff, the small scale that we have, getting that thing buried, filled in. But for now, guys, remember, these projects like this are just like us in our lives. They're never fully done. But for now, guys, remember, feed your critters, love your neighbor, and follow Jesus. Have a great day.